Five Out Basketball, 5 segments, 5 takes. This is the podcast for NBA conversations. This is 5 Out Basketball, and it starts in 3, 2, 1.
The vibes are good. Who's ready to ruin them? Because I
Let's do
love
it.
ruining my vibes. We're returning to a segment I love, but it's not gonna be fun for me because we're doing 5 Out GM. But we are going to attempt, keyword is attempt, to rebuild the Chicago Bulls. How this works is we have this offseason to try and make a future somewhat for the team. Try and make them a contender, tank for a rebuild, you name it. Let's see what we're going to do. For a little bit of a quick recap, if this surprised you, the Bulls had a mid-record again. They were 39-43, no playoffs, currently $80 million in debt.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. Everton, what's exciting about this team?
Kobe White.
Yep. We're moving on already. That's all I needed to hear. So Everton, when you were making your plans for how you would want this offseason to go, what was like your intent? Like what was your goals?
Honestly, call spade a spade. This is gonna pretty much cover my whole entire argument. Take for Cooper Flag.
Yeah.
Like, and not even just him. Like, there's a couple of guys in this upcoming draft, like Ace Bailey, Dylan Harper. Like, but Cooper Flag, Cooper Flag in Chicago would feed families.
Would
Just
move
saying.
mountains.
Move mountains, bro. Like, I think they should go for a full rebuild. Keep Kobe.
Yeah.
Everybody else, you can trade them.
Yeah.
Honestly.
So as me and Everton have talked about like in the episodes we've done for this before,
Yeah.
we try and keep it somewhat realistic. You can't keep it super realistic. So we try
Yeah.
not to make a bunch of trades. I made a
Yeah.
lot more trades than I normally do because the Bulls, they need to blow it up. They have to.
Yes, I agree. I wholeheartedly agree with that.
So Everton, you ready to attempt to fix this shithole?
Let's do it, bro. Let's do it.
My first question for you is Billy Donovan coming back?
So here's a problem. I feel like if you want to go full tank, you could keep Billy Donovan because he's like a coach. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to like bring in a new coach to have a new face from like make the team so bad to where it's like it doesn't really matter what kind of coach you got. I like a Sam Cassell.
You're my fucking guy, Everton. You are my fucking guy. This is why our podcast is so boring because we never disagree.
You have Sam Cassell too?
You
Dang.
can't read it, but yeah, that's Sam Cassell on that paper.
Wow.
I think that's the dream hire for the Bulls.
Yes. I think so.
You have an NBA winner as a player and a coach, and the Bulls need that type of atmosphere in the locker room so bad. And he's had his time. Like it's not like a coach first hire right off the back and be a head coach. He's had the chance to learn under some fantastic Celtics coaching staffs.
Yep.
I think that'd be huge. So that was also my hire.
Damn.
I can't believe that. That's such a random one to pull, Everton. What the hell?
The thing is, because I looked through and I'm like, I can't keep picking some ex-head coach like Kenny Atkinson and Mike D'Antoni. So I'm like, let me look into some other things. And I thought, okay, Sam Cassell, he has been an assistant coach for some time, and he's won some things. He's got some high IQ. I've heard stories that he's helped develop like Tyrese Maxey or whatever. So I'm like, if he can help Tyrese Maxey, he could probably help Kobe White too. And I think he'd be a fresh new face. And here's the other thing. When teams hire ex-NBA players, NBA to some degree, but like instantly their other players are gonna like respect him because like, oh, you played in the league, so I gotta respect you to some degree. You know what I'm saying? I think Sam Cassell, he might not look the greatest, but he's gonna be a good coach. I think so.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think what the big thing is if you were to bring Billy Donovan back for another year, you get a high pick, let's say it is Cooper Flag, and then you fire Billy Donovan. The team has no identity, so you're kind of a hard spot. So that's why I think the Bulls, like, this next season, if you commit to a full tank, it's not going to go well. But at least you have some sort of identity being built that you can, like, actually start working on. You don't want to completely start off fresh with a new rookie and a new coach. I think that's never a tandem that really works out. So that's why this offseason, I would bring in Sam Cassell as well.
I agree. Hey, well, obviously, I agree.
Yeah,
but I like it. Damn, we have the same thing.
Yeah, I love that. But Bulls, they have a cap issue we got to figure out. And we have some free agents coming up. Lonzo's a player option for $21 million for some reason. DeMar DeRozan's going to be a free agent. Pat Will's going to be restricted. And Andre Drummond's going to be a free agent. What's happening, Everton? Who's leaving? Who's staying? What are you doing?
So obviously, I think Lonzo Ball is going to probably pick up his player option.
He
So
would be
there's not,
stupid not to.
yeah, there's not much we can do to stop that. So I guess unless we trade him, but
Mm,
that's another thing we'll talk about soon. Uh, DeRozan, look, I know they've hinted at re-signing him. I don't even hate DeMar DeRozan. I actually love DeMar DeRozan. He's one of my
yeah,
favorite players, but you can't re-sign him. Like, really, you just can't. Like, I think he could be a good player for another team. I think you just let him go do that. Like,
yeah.
get him off the books. Don't give him no $40 million a year. Do
For
not do that.
multiple seasons.
Don't do that. Oh my God. And let him walk. Just let him go join some other team. I don't know, whatever. But
Mm,
don't sign him. No disrespect to him, but no.
okay.
And then Patrick Williams. Look, if you can get Patrick Williams back for like 10 million a season or whatever, I won't stop you.
Yeah,
But do not, and I repeat, do not give him no $200 million contract that he's expecting. If the Bulls ever do that,
it's over.
it's
Making like double Kobe White.
literally like no. Please do not make that dumb move. So unless you get him for really cheap, honestly, you can let Patrick Williams walk too.
Mm,
Honestly. And then Andre Drummond, look, if I wasn't going full tank, I'd say even re-sign him because he's actually a really good backup center. Like
yeah,
honestly. But if we're going full tank, no point in keeping him on this team, if I'm being completely honest with you.
yeah.
So I'd say let him walk too, unless you really want to re-sign him just to flip him to get assets for him. Sure,
Mm,
but I'd say honestly, just let him walk.
yeah, absolutely. So now I'll get into my opinions. Drummond, I'm letting him walk. He should be on a championship contender already, so I'm letting him leave.
Mm,
Patrick Williams, I am resigning. I think he has a humble sandwich coming his way. I'm not giving him 200 million, and I don't think anybody in the league is. I think he's gonna get like a 10, $15 million contract, which is something I can live with.
me
So
too.
that's why I think he'll be back.
Yeah.
Then DeMar, I'm re-signing him, but it's a sign and trade.
Oh, okay. See
Because
that?
I want at least a little bit of value. I'm not letting him walk for free. Get out of here.
Yeah. That makes more sense. That makes more sense.
But here's what I was trying to figure out, because now I'm gonna transition into trades. What team is realistically gonna get DeMar? Because it's gonna be an expensive contract. It's gonna be hard to work out with, and a lot of contenders they may be looking against it.
Mm,
So here was my thinking, Everton.
okay.
Some teams just like to remain mid. Some teams think they're gonna be a contender for some reason and might be willing to do this trade because they want to build something.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, no, let's give the Brooklyn Nets a call. Because there's a team that thinks they can compete and they have a contract that can make it work. So DeMar's trade value isn't the highest. Like I'm not getting multiple first round picks in a young player.
No.
So I'm taking on the worst contract in basketball because there's gonna be one season left on it.
Oh, I know exactly what contract you're talking about, but I like it.
For DeRozan, give me Ben Simmons, give me Noah Clowney, and give me the 2025 Suns first round pick. Because the Suns might be sneaky bad next year.
Low key a sleeper.
Yeah, so you have a young player that you can give some minutes, see if there's anything going for it. I mean, he wasn't a high pick, expectations aren't too high, but maybe there's a shot in the dark. You get that.
Yeah.
You take on the worst contract in basketball, but there's only one season left on it, so you can let it walk after this. So you just take the cap hit for one season, and you have another first round pick next year. Because if the Bulls decide to be mid, if there's not picks 1 through 10, it's San Antonio's pick. So I'm making sure we suck.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not wasting no picks. So if we can get 2 first round picks next year for a potential trade up as well. Give me it.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I definitely agree. I like the Ben Simmons thing because yeah, it might be like, why the hell would you want Ben Simmons? But one, if we're trying to tank, Ben Simmons is like the perfect dude to have us tank.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna look, he can fool us and be like, oh, you know what? Y'all saw the off-season videos? He's gonna be
Yeah.
good. If we start him and he's ass, fine. BS.
BS.
Like it doesn't
Don't
matter.
play 18 games. I'm gonna go ahead.
Do
Get your
your thing.
payday, call it a day. And
Whatever.
the
Because
thing
you're gonna
is,
be
like,
gone.
the Brooklyn Nets suck, but they think they're great. And like, oh, let's get a second option for Mikal Bridges.
And let it be DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah.
Oh God, the
So
Nets.
it's match made in heaven.
Yeah, we can hey take advantage of the Nets. Hey, I can't be mad at it, bro.
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to hop on that while I can. Everton, any trades that you have at the moment? I have a couple more that'll be cooking up, but because I think trades are a necessity this offseason.
I still think the Lakers are gonna want to trade for Zach LaVine. I know it
I
doesn't
like
make
that.
sense. Ironically, it doesn't really. But here's the thing with the Lakers: they have this weird infatuation with wanting a third star.
Yeah.
Oh, so I feel like we could get a Zach. We could get something in return for Zach from the Lakers. Now, is it gonna be something great? I don't think so. Honestly speaking, but we might have to take on, a contract. Now, looking at the Lakers situation, there's not a lot. Like, I don't think they're gonna give us Austin Reeves because he's 25 years old
No.
and he's 6 years old. They might give us Rui, which I wouldn't be mad about a Rui.
Not at
Like
all.
he'll be mid and his contract isn't terrible, terrible. Um, D'Lo would have to be a sign and trade, and I don't want to give D'Lo a long-term deal. I'll keep it a beat.
No.
I would be cool getting Jalen Hood Shafino because he's a young
Mm.
player. Even if he's terrible, why not? We're trying to tank. Um, and then that's the problem, the contract, because this nigga Zach makes 40 some million dollars.
It's ridiculous. It was very hard to find a trade.
God, man, like I'm seeing Rui, I'm seeing Jay Hood. I'm trying to find another like sizable contract to kind of throw in there. I mean, Gabe Vincent.
Wale, we're finished.
Yeah, but I mean, again, he's a good player to have for a tank job.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
So I guess a Gabe Vincent wouldn't hurt. And then, ugh. A lot of these dudes are 1 years too. It
Mm.
might have to be Louis, J Hood, Gabe Vincent, and they're not giving us a pick, to be
No, but
honest.
here's what I'm worried about for the Lakers in that situation. If they already had like depth issues, would they be willing to give up that many players for Zach LaVine?
Again, like I said, they have this
Mm.
weird infatuation with wanting a third star.
Mm. I
It
like it.
always, no matter what, their team might actually make sense, and they're like, "Nah, I want a third star." So
Yeah.
as crazy as that is, I would not put it past them to want Zach
Mm.
LaVine because of we want a third star, we want a third star, we
Yeah.
want a third. You know, so I'm gonna go with that trade. It's not perfect in like terms of everything making sense, but yeah,
Well, I went to another team in California.
the Warriors.
No, I went to the Kings
Mhm.
because the
Yeah.
Kings need to make a trade, and there's a chance Malik Monk may not be back.
Ooh, okay,
So
okay,
I
yeah.
feel like they would need a player like Levine. You can even bring Monk back. Like you can still make it work.
Mhm.
But they have two bad contracts. Give me Harrison Barnes, give me Kevin Huerter, and give me a 2024 second.
I've literally
That-
made that trade in 2K before. That's crazy.
That's hilarious, but it's mid. They have a couple years on their contracts, but even like towards the end, they could be trade assets as well.
Yeah.
So I'll take it. I'll take the cap hit, and we'll still like make 4 million off it, getting rid of Levine's 40 million.
Mhm. And
So
plus, if they play well enough, we might be able to raise their value because we're gonna be tanking.
yeah,
So
exactly.
Barnes, go average like 20, dude. Fuck it.
Yeah, yo, go hoop, go hoop.
What
So
you
that's
gotta
the
do.
trade I did,
Mhm. I like
and
that.
I have one more trade,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna transition into the draft as well.
Okay.
So we're gonna come back to it
Okay. Okay.
because the
Okay.
Bears, the Bulls, they still have pick 11 first.
Yeah.
Everton, who was your selection?
So the thing is, it's so hard to gauge who's gonna be at 11,
Yeah,
but I think the best pick for them is Missy, bro,
I like it.
because we need a defensive big. I know Vooch is still there, but we need a young defensive big, and I think he's a really good pick there. Because
Mm,
I don't know, Clingan would obviously be the best option, but I doubt he's gonna be there at 11.
mm,
Could go Zach Edey, but that might be a little high at 11. And then if you maybe you could draft Kyle Filipowski, bro.
shut up. Stop talking. Yeah. So unfortunately, since I wanted to keep it somewhat realistic, with Vooch still being here, I don't think they're drafting his predecessor until he's gone.
Mm,
So I went a little bit of a different route, and I went my one of my favorite sleepers in this draft, and that's John Salon.
mhm.
6'9", freaky athletic. I started watching him tape. He can actually shoot the ball as well.
Mm.
So I think that'd be a great forward to get there, and like it's the highest upside in the draft.
Yeah, it
Give me.
is.
I know the Bulls aren't known for developing players, but man, give me the chance. Give me the chance. He can do a little bit of everything. I feel like I'm drafting Patrick Williams again, but I think he has a better frame than Patrick Williams does, and I think he's a better. Patrick Williams never really had a shot and wasn't that like he's still a little bit athletic, but he's not as athletic as Solana is. And
Mm.
hey, if we can get a Giannis that can shoot the ball, I'll take the Giannis that can shoot the ball.
Yeah, that's true. That's an like
Mm.
insane. But I like yours because at least he's a potential guy. Like he probably has more potential than Messi or whatever. However you
Yeah,
say. I think
use
Messi
Messi.
kind of like I want them to get a defensive big. I'll keep it a bean.
Yeah,
Uh,
so bad.
so bad, but like that's true. Vooch still being there might make, but he doesn't have to start because I feel like Vooch will
Mm.
be gone within the next year or two, anyways.
Oh,
So you
in
can
my
bring
world,
it
he's
to
gone next season.
or that right,
Yeah.
and if he's gone next season, start Missy right away.
Mm.
But I like the Salon pick because he got the most highest upside.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if it ends up being terrible, that's why we're taking for Cooper Flag.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Trust.
Trust. So
And I
yeah,
think with this that I can move Patrick Williams to 3 as well for a season because I kind of hate seeing him play as a power forward because he just isn't good at it. So I'm trying to get his more natural fit. So I think that'd be a nice thing.
yeah, I
But
agree.
I think the Bulls get back in the first round because there's one player we were talking about a little bit earlier. The Dallas Mavericks are dying for a defender. So I think for Caruso, they'll give us 21 and Josh Green.
I agree. I like that. Yeah, because he's first round pick, like like
Teams are offering multiple firsts.
value. Yeah, exactly. So we
Yeah,
could
and the
definitely.
Mavericks, they're so desperate for a defender. If they can bring in a Caruso, they're legit. So I think they make that move.
Yeah,
And the Bulls, they figure out this method with Ayo Dosunmu. Draft the hometown guys that come out of Illinois. And Terrence Shannon Jr. will be a fantastic six man for his style play. He's just going to get you a bucket off the bench.
yeah.
And I'll take that. Keep the method going. And so that's going to be my six man next year. And getting a six man at pick 25, so I think is kind of nuts. But Terrence Shannon is NBA ready.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And I
he's
know some allegations and some stuff has made his draft stock tank a little bit.
still a good player.
I'm going to capitalize on it.
Look, hey, sometimes if things never happen, then the player just keeps playing. What are you gonna do?
Mm.
You know, so I would know. I would know. But yeah, I like that idea because I do think Caruso getting traded is you have to do it. As
Yeah,
much as we
there's
love
no
him,
point of keeping him. Like,
no point. Especially if you're trying to tank, he no.
yeah, he ruined
So
the tank.
exactly. So I feel like trading him and getting a late first rounder plus maybe even some other first rounders.
Yeah.
Can't complain there.
Uh-huh.
For the future, of course. Is definitely a beneficial move for probably both teams, whoever because the other team I would assume would be a contender who's looking for a defender.
It's gonna 100% be a contender.
Right? And then we're looking for some other asset or other players to draft. Sure, why not? Why not
Mhm.
get a lower pick and trade or draft a guy like Terrence Shannon? So
Yeah, so that's a
I like,
risk I'm willing to take.
I like that idea.
So now let's look at this mid team I've assembled. This team that's ready to tank.
Okay.
Starting five, we have Kobe White, Ayo Dosunmu, Patrick Williams, to John Salon, and then Nikola Vucevic.
Mm.
And then off the bench, we have Terrence Shannon Jr., Kevin Huerter, or wow, yeah, Josh Green or Harrison Barnes, Ben
Mhm.
Simmons, Noah Clowney. The defensive depth doesn't exist. Give it next season. Bulls aren't. We're not building a perfect roster next season. I think we all kind of realize that by now. So
Yeah.
I'm helping to tank for the future. And hey, there's some big men in this draft. Cooper Flag.
Cooper Flag. That's what I'm saying. The whole lot. My whole philosophy was take for Cooper Flag
Mm.
because imagine Chicago with the Sky having Cardoza and Angel Reese, the Bears
Mm.
having Caleb Williams and Roma Dunze, the
Mm-hmm.
Blackhawks having Connor Bedard. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know much about baseball, so I'm gonna let you go ahead and tell me something about
The
baseball.
Cubs have the ranked number one youth system in all of MLB. And PCA just went a home run. Michael Bush is going yard. All these young guys are hooping.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
The Bulls have Cooper Flag and
And Kobe
Kobe
White.
White. I was gonna say it. Trust. I was gonna say it. Cooper Flag,
Wouldn't life be good?
bro. And then the only bad team would be the White
White
Sox.
Sox. No one cares.
I kind of care,
No,
but
you
like
don't.
I don't care enough. If I care more about baseball, I would. But I'm a
Yeah.
Sox, fan. But I'm only a Sox fan because I went to more Sox games. It's not like
Mm-hmm.
I deep in the lore. So
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, so that's my team. I mean, I'm pretty proud of the steps I've taken. Like, we still were able to cut some cap space and we're gonna have some expiring contracts, so we will have money to work with. And some of these contracts are still expendable because, they're a couple 20 millions rather than 140 million. So you can make some trades work out.
Mhm.
So I think there's a somewhat of like, we're taking the next step for the future.
I think this is a really good setup. Like one for the future, but two, I really like the Sam Cassell hire with this roster, and then
Mm.
like the future of this roster. So Chicago fans, let us cook.
Oh, Everton, can we get your roster real quick?
It's the same as yours.
Okay. Just
Yeah,
a couple rookie changes.
couple rookie because I like your trades more than mine, to be honest. I would yeah. The only difference is Messi would be on the roster instead of Salon, but I guess with Messi, he wouldn't start, so he'd be off the bench. So I guess you probably end up having Williams at the 4,
Yeah.
really, and then probably like a Harrison Barnes at the 3.
Hmm.
You can flip flop whatever you want to do with those two, but yeah, I'd say relatively the same roster as yours.
Well, hopefully we cooked, and the future can hopefully be there for the Bulls one day.
Thank you so much for tuning into this segment of the 5 Out Podcast. I am Joey LeMaster, and me and Everton are so thankful for your guys' support. If you want to keep supporting us, please check out the full podcast on Spotify and follow our TikTok account. Both of those will be in the bio, and make sure to leave a like and stay smooth.